What's going on? Cole Connor here, and welcome back to the No Niche Podcast, number 21. Today's guest is a longtime college friend of mine, Nate Ruben. Nate and I met at Clemson University back in 2011, and since then, we have stayed in touch, maintained our friendship, and really I've been able to watch him grow from working side hustles and jobs to building his own agency, and now running Nate Ventures, which you can check out in the description. This dude, not only does he have the same birthday as me, but he has inspired me for so long, and I'm super excited to have him on the podcast today. We talk about a lot of stuff. We get into some drama, we get into some politics, we freestyle, we laugh, we punish Kenai for interrupting us. It was an adventure, and we've also introduced the wheel. This is the No Niche wheel, so let me know what you think. Let me know if you like the wheel. Let me know if you like the conversation and who we should have on next. Should it be you? Should it be someone else? What should be on the wheel? That's really my question. What should we put on the wheel? That's it. All right. My name's Cole, and let's No Niche it with Nate Ruben.
I just tell him I got no niche. Please don't speak if you don't know me. I'm so tired of living low-key. Now I'm all in your grilling, got you all in your feelings. I just tell him I got no niche. Please don't speak if you don't know me.
Have anything white on my face?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Pause. Okay.
Yeah, Cole just went back to play with his dog, and now he's got mayonnaise all over.
Now I have mayonnaise everywhere. Okay, cool. I feel like we're pretty good here. I didn't see how I look in that, but I'm sure it's fine. Yeah. Wide. Good. That's on you. We're recording. I think we're good, man.
Awesome.
We're good. Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool. So I have to explain to you what's happening.
Sure,
first.
please.
Okay. So what's up, guys? Welcome to the No Niche Podcast. I'm here with my good longtime friend, Nate Ruben.
Cole, thanks for having me.
Of course. This is the wheel. This is the No Niche wheel.
Okay, tell me about it.
So I'm experimenting with this. My handwriting is not very good, but let's see. Is this in my face? Get this right. Okay. So what we have here is when you spin the wheel, it lands on things. Deep question. That's one. So I get to ask you a random deep question. Anything in the world. If you're not open to it, then we can cut it out, but that would be a pussy move, let's be honest. Randomly call someone, or devil's advocate. Devil's advocate is something that's in the news or some sort of politically thing that I ask you that's like hard to have an opinion about.
Sure.
Then I challenge you. Cool. Next one, freestyle rap.
Okay.
I put that on here twice, so I'm kind of hoping we get that.
I think you have to have Patrick Carroll on the show.
That was the random call that I was thinking about. Honestly, that's what I was thinking. Okay, gibberish, that is this game here. You pull a card. Well, we play a game, you land on it. Never have I ever. You pull a card, whatever it says. You have to answer it. Freestyle again, deep question again, rock, paper, scissors. And, yeah, that's it.
Cool.
So that's what we got on the No Niche wheel. Should we start with the wheel turn?
Let's do it.
Okay, we're going to start with the wheel turn. Sorry I wasn't completely in the mic most of that conversation, but it's all good. So, okay, I want you to spin it once as like... to see how hard it is to spin, because it's got kind of like you gotta really go. So just to feel it out. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. No, but you gotta do it again before it
Okay.
counts. Okay, here we go. Yes.
Never have I ever.
Hell yes.
Let's go.
Okay. So I got these last night in Target. These games. Shout out to Target. They're a little overpriced.
Yeah.
I think these mics are too tall.
They're a little tall. I feel like I'm riding the short bus right now.
Hey, what's up? It might...
I tilted mine down, so at least it'll work.
Yeah,
but
it'll work. Okay, so here's Never Have I Ever. You have to be honest.
Of course. Why
Okay.
I show up?
That's true. That's fair. I appreciate that. Also, I do an intro beforehand that'll tell them like a little bit more about who you are.
Okay.
I just feel like it's better to do that like a separate thing.
Sure.
Kind of like Theo Vaughn's podcast. You seen that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't pull a red, pull a blue. But I get to read it.
Okay.
I don't even know what this is. But I'm going to ask. I'm going to say anyways. Never have you ever rocked mutton chops? Do you know what that is? I have no idea what that is.
They're like old school sideburns that go down like this. And so, like, I mean, I'm kind of rocking them now if I got rid of everything else that's non-mutton.
Yeah. Damn. That was a good one then. I can't believe you knew what that was.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Okay.
I know a little bit about a lot.
Yeah, you do. So let's get into that. That was the first one. I'm so happy that worked out. You know a little bit about a lot, and I've known you for, I'm going to do this.
That's cool.
Yeah. I've known you for a long time.
Gonna follow suit.
Yeah, I think this is the move. Yes. I met you at Clemson University.
Back in the day.
It's insane. Like, there's so many. It's so. Okay, here's where I want to start with this. Why have we stayed connected? That's what I want to know from your perspective. I got to move this too.
That's a great question.
As we met, and we never really were like close or anything.
We were not at all. In fact, you were one of the few people on campus who was trying to get into the rap game.
Yes.
And I remember seeing your mixtape, your first mixtape, and being like, what the fuck is this? And
was it Christian rap at the time?
It
probably?
was, yeah. It was the Mustard Seed.
Yeah.
And I knew nothing about any of that.
Yeah.
I just knew it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And so when I met you and someone's like, oh, this is Cole, he raps. It's like, oh, really cool. Like anything I might have heard of. Like I pretended not to know your music. But
it's so funny, man.
Yeah, it wasn't until we were in maybe Denton's dorm room and you guys were working on Orange Paradise.
Yes.
And I go, oh, I can fuck with this. There's a Coldplay sample.
Yes.
It's relevant. This could be something that galvanizes our student body.
Yes.
This is a really good tune. Yeah. And then I kind of glommed onto you. And then after I dropped out, you eventually dropped out. So then we had that in common.
Yes.
And we're actually born on the same day. So we have that in common.
Yes.
I kept coming back to South Carolina. And when you were in town, we'd link up. And you hit me up when you were coming to Chicago. I just think we struck up a friendship that just grew very slow and organically.
Yes, that's very true. I would agree with that. And I find it, I think it's interesting as I'm going through life, I'm seeing all these different types of relationships that I have, and some go away and fade away, and then new ones. And I find myself to be, I was just talking with a new friend of mine about this. I think I'm a little avoidant or something. There's attachment styles. I'm not going to pretend like I know a lot about them, but I was reading a little bit about them because this girl was like, "What is your attachment style?" And I was like, "I don't really know." I
like to be attached at the dick.
Yeah, that one. But I was like, I think I'm pretty secure, but with friends, I think I lean avoidant. And like I said, I'm not an expert, but from what I understand, I tend to, if you're like a new friend, I don't depend on you or count on you very much. I really don't depend on or count on very many people at all. And that's from that like protection, maybe something like that. But like you're a type of friend where it's just interesting to me because we've stayed connected. You've always put in, I would say, more effort even than me to stay connected, which I've always appreciated. And we've had the moments where you came to South Carolina. I did go to Chicago multiple times, and now you're visiting me here in LA. Not specifically me, but you're here and you make sure to hit me up. And that is cool and rare, really.
I like to check in when I'm in town.
Yes.
And I apologize in advance. I showed up to LA wearing blue today, and I realized I didn't check in with anyone around that. So please don't.
What are you referencing, man? Let's just be specific.
I mean, there's a word and it rhymes with dips, and they're very particular about blue. And I didn't call anyone to ask permission, and I apologize. I'm not trying to claim anything.
We're in Silver Lake.
Yeah,
so
there's other colors too. There's some red, yellow, and green.
Red, yellow, blue, green. I think you're safe. You're safe.
But that's always been it imprinted on me at a young age.
Yeah.
When you show up in LA, be very particular about the colors you wear.
That was kind of with me too. That kind of gets me into, it's a whole other subject, but what LA actually is versus what the news and what I guess your parents or whoever tells you it is. It's so different. At least my experience, it's different. But anyways, back to the friend stuff. What, in your eyes, what type of friend and what type of attachment do you have to your friends? Because I'm sometimes, here's the bluntness is, I know that we're friends, but I don't know what we are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know this is kind of a deep question. We haven't talked about this in person ever, really. But it's like a weird thing. But I feel connected to you when I see you. I feel like I can trust you. You're a great listener, and you talk when I'm listening to, which is great. So yeah, like to you, what are we, I guess?
It's a good question. I think I'll first take a step back and think like, how do I interface with friends?
Yes.
Because I have like golden retriever energy when it comes to friends, or at least I used to before my wife pointed it out. Everyone's my friend.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, hey, Tiaja, I'm having somebody come over for lunch. Like, she'd be like, who is this? I'm like, oh, it's a friend. And she started asking, like, is this a 2-hour friend, a 2-day friend, a 2-week friend,
That's
a 2-year friend? Like,
yeah.
What kind of friend is this?
Yeah.
And I realized that I said friend for a lot of people that actually were acquaintances, or for a lot of people that were a person I did XYZ with, but they weren't actually a friend. And it took having a partner in a different sense to learn like what friendship is.
Wow.
So I guess to contextualize it with you, you're one of my college friends.
Yeah.
And
there you go. Yeah.
we just both dropped out of college.
Yeah,
so
yeah. We're like the dropout friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I get what you mean. Because there's like segments. You have like childhood friends, maybe high school friends, and college friends, and you have post, and you have business friends, and
yeah. Like while I'm on this
sense.
trip right now, I showed up to West Hollywood. I left the airport and I met up with I'd call business networking friend. Shout out to Blake. He's been on my podcast. And we had a really great chat. We spoke for like an hour and a half. That could have been content.
Yeah.
I'm here with you, one of my college friends.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see family in a little bit. Then I'm going to go out with other business friends.
Yeah.
And tonight I'm going to sleep at a camp friend's house. So
you do have a lot of friends.
I have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And they're all in different pockets. But I guess kind of what I still get from the relationship and what I try to give is I get inspired because we literally have the same birthday.
Yes.
So in a lot of ways I could see like our lives are about as close as somebody could get of like how much time we've had.
Yeah. That's true.
You have so many artistic pursuits and passions and you've done so many things. I go, oh, maybe I don't have to do that because Cole's doing that. Like there's part of me that really wanted to do music.
That's really interesting.
But like you've done that. And I go, oh, I can kind of borrow from Cole in that way. My friend who I'm staying by today, he's really big in film and production. I was a part of a movie with him and our other camp friends last year. I was an extra. So like I get to borrow and be like almost do a guest spot in other people's lives sometime. And like that, sometimes that's enough. So like I get that and I try to give you whatever is going on for me and be an ear to listen.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll pause. I'm going to get my coffee cup real quick, but I have a question.
Yeah.
So we just did like a speed talk. That was great. Now I have the same thing that the Rick last week has for sure. As far as like wanting to check everything, make sure nothing's off.
That's funny. I just go the whole thing in one take.
Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I was more like that. Yeah.
It's each their own.
Yeah. Okay, so are you saying that as like a golden retriever, or your wife's saying, how do you keep up with all these friends? That's what I'm asking. Because like for me, there are some times where we talk consistently, maybe like once a month. But recently, I don't think it's been, and it's mostly my fault, really. It's that you'll call me and then I'll take a long time to call you back, or you'll call me twice and then I'll answer that time. So it's maybe almost like the past year, 4 times, 3 times.
Sounds accurate.
Yeah. So how often are you keeping up with all these friends that you're meeting? And next question after that. Best friend. How many? Do you have like a lot of best friends? Do you have like
no? I don't have a lot of best friends, and I'll dive into that in a second. Okay. But it varies. There was a time in my life where I had a rotation of people that I was just always calling, and you were on that list. Yes. Denton was on that list. Patrick was on that list.
This is like post college, pretty much.
And it's because you were probably some of the closest people that I had made relationships with at Clemson.
Yes.
Also, I was getting sober. And a lot of the people I still called from high school were still partying in a way that just wasn't my energy.
Yes.
And being with you guys still really worked for me.
Yeah.
But then also like getting in a really serious relationship and getting married changed how much I was looking for from people outside of my marriage. No, you're good.
Dog is killing me. Jesus Christ. But this is why it's part of the No Niche podcast. We used to do shit. Ow. We do random shit. I want to be able to listen intently. It's fucking me up.
It's okay. No worries.
Perfect. Angles are great. Everything's good. Okay, we just start back with getting into a serious relationship.
Yeah.
Getting into a serious relationship.
Getting into a serious relationship changed how much I was looking for from people outside of my relationship. And for example, you asked about best friends, which we'll kind of get into that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would talk about something with my mom, and then I'd also talk about it with my best friend Matt and my best friend Inez, and then some other really, really good friends that maybe I'd talk about something 3, 4, 5 times, but not everybody got everything.
Yes.
So if maybe there's 12 people I talk to in a month,
yeah,
I talked about a thing maybe 3 or 4 times.
Yes.
Well, now I'm married, so I talk about everything.
Real best friend that you have to talk to.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the best friend you get to have sex with. Which, if somebody would have pitched marriage like that, I would have done it a lot sooner. I looked at my best friend Matt, and I'm like, I don't want to have sex with this guy. But if I really understood how to do relationships better, life would have been so much different. But it happened when it was supposed to. Yeah. Because that's who I was.
There's so many things because I just know from the outside looking in, and we're so different. I feel like from a relationship standpoint, I do want to dive into that too. But continue with the
we'll definitely go back there.
Yeah.
But so now I have one person I tell everything to.
Yes.
And sometimes the depth at which we're able to get in that everything conversation means instead of needing to hear 3, 4, 5 perspectives, I just need one.
That's fair.
Sometimes I still will talk about it to 1 or 2 other people.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's things that I've now been around long enough where I know certain people's perspectives where I can run it through the filter without even calling them.
Yeah.
So then there's how have I configured my life to make time for certain people? Like,
because that's hard too.
Yeah, my best friend Matt, his company is one of my clients right now. And so we have on the calendar twice a week to get together to do business for an hour and to work out for an hour.
Nice.
And that really helps our friendship. And also, it's like really cool. One day I called him and I'm just like, bro, like I know we see each other all the time, but I'm so excited to be working together. Like I'm having so much fun doing this.
Yeah.
So to your question about best friends, there used to be a lot of people that I'd go, oh, this person means so much. This person means so much. Mm-hmm. And I started to see how much time do we make for each other as adults. Mm-hmm. Like, are we inviting each other to weddings, to this, to that? And I remember a few weddings that I wasn't invited to, I was really hurt by. And then I realized like, oh shit, you got to draw the line somewhere. And I didn't have a wedding. Like me and my wife got married with a judge. At the fountain, went out for sushi. We did like,
nice.
So literally nobody owes me inviting me to their wedding.
You know, that's so funny because I felt a little bit sad because I thought you had a wedding and I thought that I wasn't. And I'm not saying that
You're a wedding friend, Paul. You are a wedding friend.
Well, I mean, I couldn't be actually really hurt by it, but it was kind of like, there was a thought where I was like, when I reflected about friendships, I'm like, you know, I did want to be invited to that wedding, but that's so funny that you just said that. Because I had debated that being like one of my things on the wheel. I was like, should I? Because that's my only thing towards you that I've ever been like, made me a little sad. So that's really funny that you said that.
It made my mom even more sad.
That you didn't actually
She wasn't invited to my wedding either.
No one was invited.
Yeah, that was a problem actually
I'm
for
sure,
like
I could see
a week.
That,
and I was like, you got to get over it. And I don't mean it like to be inconsiderate of my family's feelings.
Of course. Yeah.
But to me, somebody said this to me actually. Shout out to Chris Minchella. He said, what a wedding is getting all your family and friends together and giving them some really shitty food that doesn't taste anything like what you sampled.
Yes.
And basically saying, hey, everyone we care about, me and this person love each other and they're starting a life, fuck off.
Never going to talk to you again.
Yeah, but no, and what I took from that is how I felt from the beginning. Tiaja and I want a life of our own, and we want to still respect our families of origin and bring everyone into our life, but we're building something special, and we're not starting that by catering to what everybody else wants. We're going to do what we want.
I love that. Yep.
And you're either on board or you're not, and that will let you know what the dynamic will look like moving forward.
I love that so much. Yeah, I feel like too many families can get or too many people do what their family wants. And yeah, I think I feel a little bit that way about marriage in general, where I'm like, the older I get, the more I'm like, I just don't know. I don't know if actually getting married, and I have this idea, I know it's a little off subject, but I have this idea of like, I want to have the best proposal in the world and the best this and the best that, and I can't get it. I can't really shake it. So I think it actually makes me run from marriage.
You're over-romanticizing it.
Yes.
Like in the 40-Year-Old Virgin, you're putting the pussy on a pedestal.
Yes.
But it's the romance of what you think a marriage should be.
Yes.
Like, for me, I had what I call a non-serious courtship of my wife, where we were casually dating. She hates that term, but it's the best way it fits in my head. We were going on dates, but it was casual.
Yeah.
Then I basically ghosted her for like 2.5 months.
Oh, wow. And how long were y'all casually dating first?
About 5 months.
Wow.
4 or 5. But what happened leading up to that point was my parents were going through a divorce. I was overworking and overstressed with business. I decided I needed to just go on a break, and I took 3 days with family in Florida and 11 days on an ashram in the Bahamas.
Wow.
And I came home, and I'm like, I really need to figure my shit out. And I decided, after talking to my best friend, that's a woman, Inez, and my rabbi, Mendy.
Yeah.
And I got to this place of like, no, I actually think I love this woman, and I need to run towards that love, not run away from it.
Wow.
And I kind of went all in. I asked her to be my girlfriend one day, and I said, will you go steady with me, 1950 style?
Yeah,
let's make this a thing.
I love that.
And except without all the racism, because, I'm
fair.
Jewish and she's black.
Yeah.
So not quite 1950s.
Yes, I'm glad you,
But then from there, it was just about, can we continue to do things that come natural? And instead of come up with reasons why not to, can we let it happen? Like, she wanted to take me to Colorado for my birthday because I love snowboarding. And I'd never been on a real mountain. So I resisted for 3 weeks. Honey, if you're watching, I resisted for 3 weeks, which you know. And then I let her take me. And what that letting her do something for me to express her love taught me that it's not just about what am I going to do, but what am I going to allow somebody else. And if it set the framework for, if we're always taking care of each other, we never have to worry, when am I going to get mine.
Wow.
So that helped a lot.
Yeah.
And then we got engaged at our 6-month anniversary dinner, which is a whole other story. And I don't want to go off topic like crazy, but my point is,
fine.
if you just let things happen organically, a lot of times we block our blessings because we're trying to control it.
Yes. That's very interesting. I wonder if I would have taken the time that seems like you took to really, you said 11 days kind of like alone. Is that what you did? I want that so bad. I feel like I need that because in my relationships, I feel like something happens, something changes, and then I kind of run away or something, and then I never quite take like a real alone time or whatever that is. I just keep going. It's very interesting.
I recommend it. And I like specifically the Sivananda Yoga Ashram in the Bahamas for a few reasons. One, it's in the Bahamas.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
2, they have yoga that's structured in the morning and afternoon, but you don't have to go. They have a beautiful deck that I go and do yoga. It's a vegetarian diet that I eat for 11 days, which I ate a lot of meat, and I'm not like, very militant about how anyone should eat. I know what works for me.
Yeah.
And I know a vegetarian diet for 11 days is a great reset.
Yeah, for sure.
I know that the time alone, but the time in community and in community with people on some sort of spiritual journey who are looking inwards and willing to do the work, just that energy, that vibration, spending 11 days in that is very nurturing.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah, I've been like fantasizing about, for me it's been Joshua Tree, but the Bahamas would be better. I think Joshua Tree might be cheaper, but yeah, just going in the desert and just kind of yogaing and meditating, and maybe one day I'll make it happen.
Well, one of my favorite episodes of Entourage is when they go to Joshua Tree.
I fucking love Entourage.
And that's one of the most pivotal episodes of the series because so many characters have major transformations after that experience.
God, I'm trying to remember. I don't know if I can remember what happened.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, all you need to know is that the rise of Turtle starts at Joshua Tree.
Okay, yeah, he starts like losing the weight and...
Yeah. Something happens in his character where he realizes that he's ready to take more responsibility in his life. Okay. And he grows up.
Yeah.
And if you watch everything that happens to Turtle from that point onwards, a lot of other stuff happens that's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
But that's one of my takeaways from that episode.
Turtle. God, I got to go back and watch that show one more time. We're going to do a wheel spin after that. It's a good
cool.
Time for a wheel spin. Actually, you can spin it while I'm gone. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to lock Kenai in the bathroom. See how he does with it.
I'll tell the audience what I told Cole. Sometimes you just got to show a dog who's the bigger dog. And I told that Kenai, I've been Nate Dogg longer than he's been on this planet. All right, we're going to do another wheel spin. Never have I ever again. Okay. We'll see if Cole wants that or if I'm spinning again. I got never have I ever again.
All right, fuck that shit. No,
yeah.
Spin it again.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
God, a third time. Okay. Deep question.
Okay. I was thinking about making a list of these, but then I was like, nah, I'm just going to do it on the spot.
Sure. I like that. And I'm glad I'm not freestyle rapping because I'm not the best.
Yeah, so if you do land on that, are you okay to do that?
I'll have to.
Okay,
you said
cool.
Honesty when you come on the show.
That's true. Okay. All right, we're at 25. That's cool. Can we have like a quick 30-second meditation?
Yeah, let's do it.
Everyone, let's just do it. Let's do it. Okay, I guess it's coming. Okay, so it's made me laugh. My question to you, what is... You're a good person to ask this question. It's really not funny, but it's just such a basic, deep question. What is the meaning of life?
Wow, what is the meaning of life?
Because you seem like such a... I don't know if you seem like... I think you are a very spiritual person, and especially listening to your last Much Love podcast that Nate does. I don't know when this is going to come out, but what was the guy's name?
Eric Levine.
Eric Levine, and y'all are talking about a lot of deep, seem like spiritual, yogi type stuff. So yeah, that's where my mind's at with you right now. What is the meaning? I need to know.
I don't know that it has any meaning other than what we make out of it, but I do know there are a lot of people who've thought about this question, and there's a lot of really good places to go with it.
That's fair.
For example, like in yoga, if you believe in this concept of karma and dharma, or like this idea that we have past lives and we have this built up energy that we have to burn off, and there's actions that we're predestined to take, but we kind of have some choice in how we do them. Mm-hmm. And if we can free ourselves from our karma, we can transcend to, this afterlife and stop the cycle of birth and death.
Whoa.
That's cool. That's like, and I wouldn't even call it the meaning of life. That's more of like the how do you win the game of life, if you want to look at it one way.
Yeah.
There's the school of thought that the thing that matters most is love, and how can we experience it and give it to others. Mm-hmm. But again, I don't know if that's meaning as much as like where I find meaning is how often can I pause and realize the greatness of God's existence in my world, mm-hmm. and the beauty of what I can do and like it work.
Yeah. Like
the fact that I'm just out here in LA for 3 days in like I left my computer at home. I don't have to worry about how am I going to make money. I don't have to worry about are there wild animals after me. I don't have to worry about shelter. Like I love going on trips because almost that get re-centered with like, what did God put me here for? I feel like I'm constantly learning, and but I'm always coming back to like love and making it all worthwhile.
I love that. 2 things off of that. One, yesterday, I didn't have an amazing day yesterday. It was just a regular day, but I thought about what I did, and I went and I made enough money to survive. It's fine. Play guitar. I did reading of some form. Let's just say I did, even if I didn't. I talked to 3 or 4 friends, family on the phone. I made videos, and I played in the stock market a little bit. That's fucking beautiful. That's like the dream, really. Other than like maybe some love or marriage type stuff, that's pretty cool. And I just had this moment where I was like, it's pretty much all the same shit I would want to do anyways on like a day if I was rich or more successful, whatever it is. So that's kind of cool. That kind of recentered me back to, I guess, the meaning.
I love that. Yeah. I think it's making meaning of life. And like before I was here, I was with my friend Blake, and we had a deep dive on his new business.
Nice.
And it's a kind of conversation I would have with a client.
Yeah.
But I didn't obviously charge him for it, and I actually paid for our lunch.
Nice.
So not as like a braggart moment, but
you're bragging for sure.
The reason I'm saying that is that I love what I do in helping business owners so much that I would gladly spend time with a friend, give of my day, take money out of my pocket to provide for the meal, because what he's giving me is so much more meaningful.
Yes.
He's allowing me to live in my purpose in something that brings me great meaning.
Yes.
And in me being useful for him, I hope he leaves there and just is charged up for rapid success, that he can then go and give that to countless people.
That is the most, giving is the most fulfilling thing. I think the only book that I've read this year is called The Go-Giver, I want to say. Have you read it?
No, but I've seen the cover and a lot of people talk about it.
Yes, it's fantastic. And it's just the same concept you just said, but it really, whether you're giving, like for me, it's like YouTube stuff. Really, I feel so good about that. Getting texts, getting messages, meeting up with people, helping them in ways like that. Especially when it's not, you have to have monetary transactions, of course. We have to survive, but when it's not that too, it's really special. I feel the best when I have those conversations and connect with people.
Well, there's a big difference in when the monetary exchange happens, like relationally, as opposed to transactionally. Yeah. So I've found that for myself, I'm the most excited about doing business when it happens organically and authentically. Yeah. Like my best friend who I get to work with this company.
Yeah, that's way better.
It started with him being the new CMO, chief marketing officer, and having zero marketing experience.
Wow.
And somebody might be like, well, how did he get that role? Well, he busted his ass for a company, working his way up the ladder. He was a heavily recruited member of their team. They actually brought him from another team from another state. And he's done so well at that CMO role that now he's building out an entire special operation that I can't even really talk about publicly yet.
Wow.
So my point in all that is I had this person in my life that I had a great relationship with. And he came to me and said, Nate, I need some help. And I helped him a little bit. And he says, I need more help. Can I pay you for more help? So I put together a plan. This is how you can get more help.
Yeah.
And he said, I really like that. Can I pay you for more help? So we expanded our scope. And now we're in a position where I might be taking over as their fractional CMO.
Wow.
That's a lot more help.
Yeah, it is.
But it all came from, I saw that I could give him value, and the relationship just extended into somewhere. But it wasn't like I showed up and I said, hey, I need you to buy this thing from me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That changes the dynamic completely, and you're really helping. Okay, we're hopping into another no niche. Then we're going to talk about business. And I'm going to do the same thing I did. Kenai, open the bathroom door. That's what he did. So I can hear him more.
He's an aggressive, rambunctious, but determined pup.
Yes, that's inspiring in a way. Okay, don't lie again. If you get never have I ever again, we're going to do it again.
God damn it. It's the fourth. I'm not lying. It's the fourth never have I ever. There's something about my spin strength. Let me just really ratchet it up here. Oh, God. Fifth time. Let me just do this.
There's no way. Jesus.
Fifth time.
Okay, let's do it again.
Freestyle.
Oh, he's ready. Oh, you got your phone? I might have to use my phone. You don't have your phone.
My phone is it's over here. It's on Do Not Disturb. Take it out.
Are you sure?
Why not?
I don't know if I'm ready for it. Let's try it. I can't be the one to bail, right?
Okay. Can I choose any beat?
Yeah, you can choose any beat.
All right.
But the key is, so I don't have the thing yet where you can plug it into the microphone, so just kind of play it as loud as you can and kind of close to the mic. But we also have to rap into the mic. Okay.
That's true.
Check. Yeah.
So for those of you who've never spent time in a studio, what I'm doing right now is looking up a rapper I like type beat.
Yes.
And getting the royalty-free music so we don't get sued.
Exactly. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. Let's rap you and our journeys. We'll go back and forth in business.
All right.
How we got where we are. That's easier, right? With a topic.
Yeah, this is an ad. I think it's good to have a topic.
Okay. Yeah. You want me to go first? Yo. Yo, is there a drop coming? So I was scooping up ice cream, trying to get that cream, but it wasn't much, yo. Yeah, yo, I'm still going, I'm flowing. It was marble slab. I ain't really dab, but you know I had to grab that ice cold big spoon.
Let me rescue you.
Please.
Here comes a curly-headed Jew.
Oh.
Don't say that too loud on the news.
Oh.
A lot of people are mad at us.
Yes.
I can't blame them. They just don't really get us.
Oh.
If I were them, I would be too.
Yeah.
But there's nothing else that I can do.
There's nothing.
Other than try and teach you what actually happens.
Yes.
Tell you something that's true.
Tell us.
You won't hear this on CNN.
No, you won't?
Maybe not even on Fox.
Never.
You won't read this in The Atlantic.
Woo!
Or even on Vox.
Vox.
5,000 years ago. No, we're not going to go all the way far that back. Just what you really need to know is in 1948, the UN tried to do something.
Yes.
Israel said yes. Palestine said no.
Yes.
Here we are.
Yeah, it's not funny. I shouldn't be laughing.
No, a lot of people have died.
Yeah, a lot of people. It's really
fucking awful.
A lot of people have cried.
Yeah, but Jews get over things with humor, and I'm rap off beat.
Yes.
Be nice to me if you see me on the street.
Oh, yes. That was it. He actually fucking destroyed me. It's embarrassing. Jesus Christ. Okay. I can do better than that, I promise. But, man, yeah, that was mad respect. Good
Thank you. Maybe Sway will let me on, and I could yell at him about not having the answers.
Yes. You don't have the answer, Sway. Yeah, I love that. Okay, that was fantastic.
One thing I have to say while we're talking about
let's do it.
Whoever thought that in our timeline, there's a multiverse theory. Yeah, that's a fucking smart dog.
Dude,
the dog is out.
The dog
has left the room. He's left 2 rooms now.
You should see what I did. I put my dresser against the door in there. Anyways.
It's an ambitious dog.
Yeah, okay.
You need to sign that dog with some sort of contract.
I do.
Anyways, who would have thought in this timeline that white supremacists would say Kanye was right about the Jews?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I never expected that one.
Yeah, that's true. Jesus.
And we don't have to dive too deep into that. But I was
caught me off guard with that. Sorry.
Yeah, I was working out with my best friend.
Yeah.
And there's things you could say publicly, right?
Yeah.
That a lot of times when somebody's talking wild and reckless, you need to educate them. When Kanye was on TMZ talking about slavery was a choice, like that really offended a lot of people.
Yeah.
And while what his intention might have been was really good, he was also really hurtful and he caused a lot of harm.
Yeah.
So then when he starts saying certain things about Jews, while me and my friend who are Jewish can laugh privately and be like, what a fucking clown. Like, I can't believe like this would ever happen.
Yeah.
Publicly, it's important to, explain why certain types of discourse causes harm.
Yes.
And simply put, you can see it playing out right now. There was the greatest attack on Jews since the Holocaust, and not only are some people refusing to condemn the group who did it, there's a lot of people who say the Jews deserved it. So
fucking crazy.
So I guess really my only recourse is to have intelligent, deep, insightful conversations with people who want to have them, like you and I did off camera, just catching up as friends.
Yeah, I was saying that I'm not knowledgeable about it at all, so it's interesting. You're very knowledgeable about it. And didn't you have a whole episode?
Yeah, I've had a couple episodes of my podcast about it. But I don't even want to dive into it because to me, I like the other approach, which is to just have fun and live life. You talk about the meaning of life.
Yeah.
There are so many people in this world with so many different unique experiences.
Yeah.
The vast majority of strangers will never understand us as we understand us.
That's true.
And so then to be part of an ethnic minority and a religious minority that has a very long, detailed, messy conflict, it's very easy to just pick sides or to stay out of it. I don't really want to change somebody's mind who is not interested in having that dialogue. So there's a lot of people I just don't deal with.
Yeah.
But the people who are curious, that's when it's fun and it's exciting. And not even just for this issue that uniquely affects me, but for issues that really have nothing to do with me other than me being a human being and on this planet caring about humanity.
Yes. Dude, I love that. I can't even say anything else. This is why I love Nate. He says things like, I feel like ever since I've known you, you just said things really, really well, and you have a really good. Like I feel like I'm stumbling over my words right now, but you're really good at just kind of taking a second and then you speak really eloquently. So that's awesome. Yeah, but y'all should seriously go check out his podcast on it because he's very knowledgeable about it and he's enlightened me a lot because I don't know shit about shit. So there's that.
And I also encourage you, if you have questions and want to learn more, to seek out a bunch of different types of diverse voices.
Yes.
and figure out where they might be blind and where they might be more educated. There is a lot in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict that, on the side of the Palestinian historians, they have a lot to be upset about and hurt about, and there's a lot of pain that I just have not been properly educated on because it's not pain that's touched me personally. But it doesn't mean it didn't happen and it doesn't exist. And at the same time, I'm also so well educated on what is kind of in my lane and what has been true for my people that when I hear other side slander, that I go, oh, that's just factually inaccurate. Then I speak out because...
Like defensive almost?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Like when you and I were talking about, there's this trendy graphic of like Palestinian land loss. And when I was just trying to get into like the minutia on like why it's not accurate, and I posted accurate maps, it doesn't mean that there's not a very real thing that's happened and that there haven't been Palestinians displaced and that they haven't lost their home. But this notion that the land we call Israel was once 100% Palestinian is just unequivocally false.
Yeah.
It neglects the years of different colonial imperial rule, and it also just neglects the fact that much of it was unoccupied desert. And that there's this idea that one side is good, one side's bad, one side stole one side's land, one side's terrorists. Like, really, 90% of the people are just people who want to have fun and enjoy life together.
Yeah.
And if you took away all of our religious garb, if you took away all of our history, you just left us in the sun to live, you wouldn't be able to identify who is who.
Yeah, exactly. I was just talking on the last podcast with Bernice about a little bit about how we're all technically different, but we are all the same. And I wish we could fucking see that. But I think most people do. I think that's the reality. Like you said, I think it is like 90% of people don't look at things like that. But there's the 10% that make shit all fucked up.
Yeah.
But let's switch this vibe. Switch the vibe a little bit.
Let's turn up.
Yeah. So, okay. I'm going to double check this, make sure, because you just said a bunch of good shit. Make sure we're recording. We're good. Okay. We're going to do one more spin, but before that, I do want to ask a business question. So, my channel's grown a lot, and it's really because of my teaching business stuff. So when I put out shit like this, I think people are like, we don't really give a shit about this. We want you to teach us something. So I do like to ask people specifically like you, if you had to give, this is really general, but what has helped you build successful businesses? Because I'm not going to try to give your whole overview because kind of like me, I feel like you've done a lot of stuff. But this dude, we started at kind of the same time, and we started more in a similar field, but we kind of went separate directions. But you've inspired me over the years. Just every time I check in with you, it's just you're up, and maybe there's a little low, but then you're just up, and you're up, and you're up. So for people who are in the business trying to make money, creative entrepreneurs, how does that happen? Is it just keep going? What is it for you?
So I'll first pause with entrepreneurship is not a straight line.
Yes.
And on a monthly, quarterly, annually, decadely chart, it might look up and to the right. And it has been more often than not.
Yes.
But I think I actually just talked to a group of high schoolers about this on Monday. And I said the number one thing that I think has resulted in me being successful is living a lifestyle well below my means to where I have the ability to breathe and make new decisions, to reinvent myself,
that is so important,
to pivot and to go in a different direction. Because when you let lifestyle creep overtake your ability to chart your own destiny, you become a slave rather than a free person, which is why you set out to own your own business.
I can speak to that. I'm not going to go too into it, but I have that issue, and you probably know that about me. But once I make more money, I'm spending more money, I'm buying shit, and I'm getting more debt. And then I try to fix it, but it just ultimately sets me back. So that's so true.
It's true for most people.
Yeah.
Because especially when you're going from I'm here to I'm there, and you've never been there before, unless you have somebody who teaches you what to do when you're there, you're going to do the shit you did when you were here.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, what got me here won't get me there. The thing that gets somebody from making the first $10,000 as a side hustler to having $100,000 a year to becoming somebody who does $1 million top line to, they're all different skill sets.
That's true.
So the idea that I'm going to get to a next level and keep playing the same game, like you have to learn how to adjust that.
Yes.
Which I think also goes into the second piece of advice I gave is for people to spend a lot more time cultivating their passions and interests, because the most monetization opportunity today is for people with unique expertise and very limited competition. So there's a lot of very saturated marketplaces.
Yeah.
Like the marketplace that you and I both kind of started in, which was like the marketing agency space.
Yes, tons of those.
And there's a lot of ways to stand out and to niche down and to differentiate yourself. That's why I'm in LA. I'm here for the 8F Live agency coaching group meetup.
Yeah.
It's a community I'm a part of. And there's a lot of really interesting agency owners. But what I learned was that model alone didn't pique my needs and my interests. And also what it took to scale a business to 6 employees and a handful of contractors and having worked with over 150 clients, I didn't find joy in that business model.
Yeah.
So I had to step back and reinvent myself. And I went into financial planning because I gravitated towards what I was interested in.
Yeah.
I was spending a lot of time focusing on finances. I wanted to really get a mastery in that. And then I left the firm I was at to start my brand new company where I'm combining my business experience, my marketing experience, my financial experience.
Plug.
Shout out to Nate Ventures.
Hey.
Just go to n8.ventures.
.com.
You can learn, no .com, just n8.ventures.
Oh, n8.ventures. I missed the dot. Okay.
It's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. Just check the link. That will be in the description.
Yeah, okay.
But what's nice is this is the first time a business has been able to reflect where I'm at in the moment with that business and my ability to articulate the different ways I could be of value to someone.
I love that.
And what that looks like now is I have 3 service offerings that are essentially a progression that are business consulting, project-based to ongoing advisory to fractional leadership. And then I have a personal prosperity planning that's like financial planning for business owners and executives, but it brings in a lot of other intangibles that helped me. Things around...
Wait, take off the blue.
Things around balance, things around time management, around technological upskilling, around mental and emotional health. I offer meditation mentorship as one of my offerings within there. But the idea is I just wanted it to be as easy as possible for somebody to benefit from spending time with me in a way that's constructive, measurable, and impact-driven.
That is super awesome. That is a great pitch. That was really good. But seriously, it's very custom, like, because it is you, and I love that. I'm working on trying to do that for myself because I feel like I'm closing in on it, but it's just it's difficult, man. It is so difficult. So it's so cool that you've been able to do that.
It took time, and it was a lot of thinking.
Thinking, yeah, that's important.
Somebody asked me, did I go work at Northwestern Mutual intentionally as a way of building towards the next thing? And I told them kind of. Like there was part of me that really wanted that environment to be the right place for me. But then there was this other part of me that had this bigger consulting vision that when it was time to go, it was time to go.
Yeah, you felt it.
Yeah, and having sold the first business, trying something new, I had enough cash flow to support me taking a whole nother leap. And it's been beautiful, and I've been blessed.
That's super dope. Sorry, you saw me pick this up. You're like, oh, that's time. Okay, we're not going to do a freestyle again because I fucking embarrassed myself. But we'll do Never Have I Ever if you land on it. Let's see.
I just want to try and rig this a little.
Yeah.
Never have I ever. Never have I ever.
No fucking way.
Quibberish.
Okay. This is gibberish.
Gibberish. Okay. I was like, what the fuck's a quibberish? It's like Quidditch with Harry Potter.
All right, this can be fun. Okay, so maybe we'll end on a couple of these, actually. We'll give you 2. Yeah. And then I'll take 2. Move this out the way. So the goal is you have to guess. It's kind of like magic.
Oh, shit. I think I fucked up and looked at the back already. Let me get another one.
Look
at that's also me. Let me play with shit before I learn the rules.
Yeah, I should have said the rules first, actually. Okay, so you have to. I'm gonna read it, and then you guess what the actual saying is.
Okay.
Or no, no, no. Okay. Sorry, I read it, and then I guess.
Okay.
I think that's how it works.
I don't know. None of us know how to play this game.
Okay, you go first.
All right. Ket, ink, lug, key. Ket, ink, lug, key.
Wait, let me see.
Is it getting lucky?
Yes. Fuck yes.
Let's
Okay.
go.
1 for you. Okay. All right. No, I'll go this time.
That makes sense.
Chocolate sauce. Chocolate sauce.
Yeah, that was easy.
Yeah.
Right? That's easy. That's one. I want you all to myself. I want you all to myself.
These are fucking easy.
My favorite one from childhood was I love you so much I want to vacuum.
I want to vacuum?
It was olive juice so much I want to vacuum. It's like I love you so much I want to fuck you.
Oh, shit.
We used to say that in summer camp. You mouth it to somebody.
Yeah. Damn it. Dude, I wish I would have played this game as a kid. Okay. Look, he's so much better now. I should have just let him out.
He's a good pup.
He's a good pup.
He knows who the alphas are.
Jesus. You're not the first guy to say that. I'm going to rant about this for a second. You're the second guy who's come into my house and said that they're the alpha to my dog, and some vibe I'm putting off is that I'm not the alpha, but it's just, he just doesn't fucking listen. He's got no comment to that. I'm like, fuck this shit, man. I have thrown the dog around. I've shown him who's boss, okay? This is bullshit. Okay. Wattald Ernhoff. Wattald Ernhoff. Wattald Ernhoff. Wattald Ernhoff. What the fuck, man?
I think I'm allowed to give you a hint.
Okay.
Killing the mood.
What a turn off.
There we go.
Fuck yes. All right, guys. This is we're gonna cut a little short just so I don't want to go too long with in case so we have time for yours. Yeah. So check out. We're about to do the Much Love podcast right after this. So tune into that. This has been the No Niche podcast. Let me know what you think of the experimentation. We're trying things. Kenai's having fun. Nate's having fun. Do you like this? Should I do more of this, or is this stupid? Really going to do whatever I prefer, but this has been Nate. You want to plug anything else?
Just let us know what you think we can do to improve our podcast opportunities in our podcast game. Check out mine. It's the Much Love Podcast on YouTube. And if you have a business and you'd like your business to continue growing, check out Nate.Ventures.
Nate.Ventures. I'll catch y'all next time.
I just tell them I got no niche. Please don't speak if you don't know me. I'm so tired of living low-key. Now I'm all in your grilling, got you all in your feelings. I just tell them I got no niche. Please don't speak if you don't know me. I'm so tired of living low-key.